everyone, this is Eric with CrewReady. Today we're doing our orders video where we'll be going over the order page, understanding what its information is displaying and the orders shown, as well as order statuses and how to create a manually entered order. We will not be covering auto ordering settings or the other general settings around orders. All of that will be covered in the admin settings and admin basics video. Additionally, we will not be covering receiving an order and receiving inventory. That will be covered in the receiving inventory video. With that said, let's get started. We are going to be spending our time in this video primarily in the inventory orders page, which you can find under inventory orders. If you don't see it in your nav bar, that means that your permissions for your account have been restricted. You'll have to speak with your company admin. Here you can see a breakdown of all the orders and their statuses. We'll be going over statuses in a moment. To help you find the inventory order you're looking for, you can search by item or by category. So for example, if I just got some gloves in and I want to find the gloves order, I can search for gloves and I find every order with gloves. Or if I just got a whole bunch of airway supplies in, I can search for airway, and all of the airway supply items, any order with airway supplies in it, will show up. Additionally, you can filter by status, which we will be covering in a moment. Then down here, you see every single order displayed as a drop-down tab. If you click on the order, it will drop down and show you every single item contained within that order. On the header here, you can see the date the order was made, its status. If you need a reminder of a status, there's a brief description when you hover over, as just shown. The number of items ordered, and then also a total of all the units ordered. And then how many were received, as items can be marked received individually or as a whole order. Then we have our action buttons on the side here. We have the receive button, which we'll be going into in our receiving inventory video, as I mentioned earlier. Our zero order button, which changes the status of this order to zeroed by clicking and then confirming. I'll go over the meaning of a zeroed status in a moment. And finally, our order details, where you can view some of the order metadata, which is data that is provided when an order is received. What data is collected is completely customized by company. Default is there's no metadata obtained, but it could be things like lot numbers, unit prices, and so on. Then finally, each individual item has its name, its category within the CrewReady system as you've defined it in settings, how many CrewReady recommended was ordered. The number actually ordered is not displayed here. It's just assumed to be the number recommended, and the status of that individual item, either open or received. Now we will go over order status. The default status for every order when it is created, either automatically or manually, is the ordered status. When something is ordered, that means that the auto ordering engine will consider everything in that order as on its way. And so if something is on its way, it's not going to order more of it. And that's important because if something's ordered and never shows up for 2, 3, 4 months, and so on, the auto ordering engine will still think that thing is on order. And that can affect the behavior. If, let's say, it was never actually ordered, it just fell through the cracks, which happens, or it, for whatever reason, didn't arrive from pharmacy, or when it arrived, it wasn't marked in as received for whatever reason. However it happens, if that slips through the cracks and it goes down the line for months, you could get some weird ordering behavior in the future. which is why I recommend you set up the auto zeroing function. By default, it's set to 28 days. You can move it further or closer if you like. Auto zeroing will automatically, after the amount of time given in settings, mark an order as zeroed. And what that means is the order never arrived, but we don't expect it to. And so we don't want to include it in our auto ordering calculation. And that's important for if an order slips through the cracks. If you mark it as zeroed a month later, then the computer knows, okay, I should ignore that order and just assume it's never showing up and generate a new one. Or if you know for whatever reason, whether you choose not to order it, you know that it's delayed, whatever, you choose to zero an order manually, that'll behave exactly the same as an auto zero order. A zero ordered can still be received. It can still be viewed. It's exactly the same from every perspective as an auto order, as an ordered order, except that the auto computer will not include it in its calculation. Then we have the received order. A received order is also ignored by the computer because it's already shown up. We don't have to consider it in the mail. And a received order is really only different from a zeroed order in the sense that it's better record keeping of tracking what's actually received. And then also, if you have order metadata that is inputted when an order is received, it will be displayed there. And then there's the sister status of partially received. This is given to an order when some items have been received, but others haven't. And you'll see that more if you look at the inventory receiving video. That's all the statuses that are really used. There is technically the pending status, but currently the only feature that uses it is still in development. So you should never see a pending status order. Finally, the last feature on the orders page, other than receiving, is the new order button. If you ever need to make an order manually into CrewReady because you decided to order something before the system recommended it or for whatever reason, you can enter your order manually. You pick a date. You can search for items. So let's say we are running out of charcoal. So we want to add 4 charcoal into an order and maybe some gravel. We want a box of gravel, so we'll just hit case to get 10, and we're out of tensor bandages. So you can see here that it says a case is 12, and it also tells you how much you currently have on hand and how much is on order. So we'll get a case of 12 tensor bandages. Then I can create that order, and it will appear right here in our ordering page. Finally, I'll show you really quick what a automatically generated order email looks like. When an order is automatically generated, it does appear on this page, but you'll also receive an email notification, something like this, telling you the date that the email was generated. Then it will tell you what the name of your order bucket was, the category of ordering. So this is the meds order. You can have as many different order categories as you want, as you'll see in the admin videos. The amount that it recommends ordering is this first column. The item it recommends ordering is the second column. And then we show our current stock and the stock on order to help give you a situational awareness, and an understanding of where CrewReady is getting these numbers from. For example, nebs, if we only have 8 nebs, I know that I set up this system to have maximum 20 nebs and order whenever we have less than 10. So we have less than 10, it's ordering another 10 because they come in packs of 5. These emails do not actually generate orders in real life. This is simply a recommendation created by CrewReady to help you streamline your ordering process so you don't have to be going through your entire inventory every time that you want to try and create an inventory order. Thank you for watching this video, and please go see the receiving inventory and the admin videos to get a further understanding of how the rest of the ordering system works. And we'll see you next time.